Hey guys, Rob here and welcome back to Rob's Model Cars. Today's model review is the brand new GT Spirit Liberty Walk Ford Mustang in Nardo Grey. Now this is not a model that I was particularly searching for, but I was putting a big order in with Car Lover Diecast in China, and I thought I'd add this one just to check it out and see what it looked like. So we've reviewed GT Spirit models before. They just come in these satin black cardboard boxes with the gloss black GT Spirit logo and 118. There's a bit of writing on the bottom of the box as well, and the model is inside protected by a foam shell. Now one thing I did notice about this model is how heavy this box is. All of GT Spirit models are sealed resin models. Usually most of them have a fair bit of weight to them, but this one actually feels very heavy. So if we lift the lid off, this is the GT Spirit Liberty Walk Ford Mustang in Nardo Grey. So first impressions, the paint looks pretty good on it, but I haven't even unscrewed this from the base yet, so it just arrived literally. So we'll unscrew it, we'll put it on the turntable and we'll have a closer look at this brand new release by GT Spirit. Okay, so here we have the brand new GT Spirit Liberty Walk or LB Works Ford Mustang. Now first impressions of the model is the paint is really quite good. As I've said in previous reviews of GT Spirit models, I think bang for your buck, this is quite a good model company. They produce a ton of different variations of cars, and as I say, even though they are sealed resin, I think what you get for your money is actually pretty good. Now let's delve a little bit into this model. First thing I have to say, this is really heavy. I think this is probably topping the scales over a kilo just in the model. So there's a lot of weight in this. Excuse any fingerprints I've just put on this model. It does have super glossy paint. The paint finish is really quite good all over the model. I don't see any flaws in the paintwork at this stage. And yeah, pretty happy with the paintwork. I think GT Spirit models, the paintwork has been improving over the years quite a lot, and I'm quite happy with the paint on this particular model. So let's have a look under the bottom first. So basically just a flat floor. You do have a highlighted exhaust system in there. You can see your exhaust mufflers under the back here, and you've got some chrome tips. But there's not much to see there other than the limited edition number, which you can see on there as well. So 999 pieces in total in this colour. Now let's start with the details on the front of the model. There is no photo etch mesh on this model, just due to the design of the Mustang, but it does have these open grills top and bottom here, which is spaced off, so there is a little bit of a void behind here to give the impression of depth there. Headlight detail is satisfactory for this model and this price point. Clear plastics are used on the headlight covers. It does have a full gloss black front splitter on the model here as well, and you've got your turn signals underneath here and some driving lights as well, which I think look okay. It does actually have a little bit of carbon fibre. The hood vents on the top of the hood here are in carbon fibre decal. Not glossy, they're just a matte finish, but at least there's some carbon on there. These are the Liberty Walk wide flare kit for this model. One thing it is missing is just a little black dot where the rivets are in these bolt-on flares. I think it looks a bit plain, missing those black dots there, but that's something you could just add with a marker pen. So could have some little black dots in there. That's a little bit of a fail. You've got a little bit of a little decal here, Works Nation on the side, and you've got your Liberty Walk logo on there and the text on the door as well. Now the windscreen wipers are just plastic here, but they look pretty good. The plastics are getting better with GT Spirit models. They're pretty clear on this one, although I can see a little bit of haziness in the side windows. But at least it's clean inside. There's no dust inside like some of the other GT Spirit models I have reviewed before. So window clarity can get better, but it's not too bad. Now we've got a big side side sill edition, excuse me, here on the side. That's in gloss black as well. You've got the Liberty Walk or LB logos on the quarter windows. Rear window is pretty clear as well, and you've got all your demister lines on the window, and mandatory LB style. We've got the ducktail style spoiler on the boot lip of the model. So that's a 3-piece, 2 side pieces and a centerpiece. So that's got some nice shape to it. I quite like that. The wide arch flares are quite big on making this Mustang a lot wider than the standard car. But overall, I think the appearance of the model, the detail is reasonably good on the outside. Paintwork is really good. I think they have done a really good job on the tail lights. The tail lights look super realistic, and you've got your pony fuel cap in the back as well. So a little bit of a rear diffuser in there as well, but that's about it on the rear of the model. Now the wheels of these are Forgiato ECL Maglias. They seem to put these on a lot of Liberty Walk cars. I'm getting sick of this style of wheel, to be honest, but a wheel swap is not out of the opportunities to do to this model, but they've done an okay job on there. Has the little Forgiato center cap decals. The brakes are okay on this model. The calipers in red, and you've got photo etched brake rotors in there, front and rear, which is not too bad. Tyres have the Bridgestone Potenza tyre branding on there, and they are a lot wider too than a standard Mustang, being it is a wide body kit. The only thing that I would complain about is the stance of this model. A Liberty Walk car should be slammed over the tyres. This thing just sits way too high. There's no camber on the wheels at all. The wheels are perfectly straight. They should be cambered out and at least tucked up under these fenders. In my opinion, the model looks a little bit silly sitting so high at standard height with these big wheels and tyres, and it's not slammed. So that's a bit of a fail for me on this model from GT Spirit. Is the stance is just rubbish. So as I say, this would look so much better, this model, if it was stanced out, had negative camber, and these tyres were tucked up under the fenders. Obviously things get made for a price point, but I think that's a fail for me on a Liberty Walk car. So not sure whether I'll change that or I will just move the model on. But as I say, it's got some good details on it, but that would be my biggest complaint, is the stance and ride height of the car. Now it is a sealed model, so no engine detail. All you've got left is the interior. The interior detail is actually quite good, so it's mostly black. There is some silver highlights as well though in the dashboard. Hopefully you guys can see that. A little bit of silver detailing in the steering wheel, spokes, and also the center console. So it's got some cup holders in there. It is a gated manual. Has the Ford GT logo on the steering wheel. It's got some Recaro seats in there, so it's got the Recaro branding on the bucket seats in there. And it does have some rear seats as well, which you can just see through the rear window. So overall, it's not too bad a model. It's got quite a fair amount of detail on the interior. The exterior's reasonably detailed as well, lacking the bolts in the flares. But the paint is really good. I'm really happy with the paint finish, and it seems that the windows are getting clearer as well. So overall, pretty decent job for GT Spirit. I mean, these are around the 120 euro, I guess, around that sort of money mark. So you've got to sort of compare and see what you're getting for your money. But these are the lower end sealed resin models in the industry. Overall, if I was to give this a Rob score, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. I'm pretty happy with most of the model. The paint work is really good. I'm impressed by that, and I'm impressed by the interior detail. The thing that kills it for me, why I only give it a 7 out of 10, is the ride height and the stance. Just sits too high and no negative camber. But other than that, it's a reasonably decent model. So if you are a fan of Liberty Walk, if you're a fan of the Ford GT, happy to recommend to get this model. I think you'll be reasonably happy with it, but I think you'll agree with me that the ride height and the stance is just not right on this model. So for you guys out there that can do a little bit of tuning on your model cars, U-scale model builders, you could get this and pull the wheels off it and stance it up. So overall, reasonably good effort, not perfect, but reasonably good for the price from GT Spirit. So that's going to wrap up today's review of this brand new GT Spirit Liberty Walk Ford Mustang GT. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? Don't forget to smash that like button if you like the video, and you can follow me on social media as well. All the links are in the homepage of this YouTube channel. And don't forget to go and check out my merch as well, 118 by Rob's Model Cars. There's links below the video description with links to my merch store. So go and check some of that merch out. But stay tuned to the channel. Plenty more model reviews to come. Lots more models to build this year as well. We're just kicking off 2020 with a ton of model reviews for you guys. But until next time, thanks for watching Rob's Model Cars.